What's up, guys? It's a drone swarm of the B movies here. Happy 2019. We're in a new year, and this is my first review of the new year of 2019. It's Trauma Week Part 2, and we are at Death by Temptation. It's from 1990. James Bond III is the director. He also stars in this movie as Joel, the leading protagonist in this movie, and it basically centers around him. He's a young minister, up and coming, and he's overshadowed by Samuel L. Jackson, who is the more experienced minister in this movie. Minister Garth he plays, and he's got a very small role in this, Samuel does. But the basic story is there's a succubus around New York City, and she is draining the life out of all the black males in the New York City area, and it's up to the ministers, and they team up with a supernatural cop played by Bill Nunn, and it's up to them to really stop her. And there's a lot of good sequences in this movie. There's a lot of really good special effects. The special effects are on point in this movie. For being a trauma film, this is a critically acclaimed movie. The problem is the story is just kind of lacking, and it's the execution is just not there. And towards the middle of it, you really start to get into like the filler of the movie, and it seems like it's kind of slogging on, and trauma films with their budgets, the way they are anyway. I'll be honest, this doesn't really feel like a trauma film. This feels like a more Hollywood type of film with, Hollywood type of actors. So it seems like they would have a better story. The problem here is the script, it's the story. And there's actually also a cameo by the R&B singer Freddie Jackson, who has this ridiculous reference to one of his songs. If you know soul music in any way, R&B music, you'll get the reference. But overall, this Death by Temptation, this is actually my first time seeing this movie, and I have seen a lot of movies in the trauma library. First time ever seeing this. I would go so far to say I would probably not watch it again. I wasn't blown away by it. With that being said, I am going to give this movie 1B down. Which brings me to my next film in the trauma films, the last of the trauma films. It's called Psycho Sleepover from 2008. It's written by Adam Dio and Kurt Krober, and it's directed by Adam Dio also and Eric Goslin. And it tells the story of Debbie, who is, at the beginning of the movie, she's with her boyfriend Paul Rust, who is from Netflix's Love. He actually co-wrote the show with Judd Apatow. But at the beginning of the movie, she's with him, and they kind of have like this tumultuous relationship or whatever. They're arguing, and he pulls this prank on her. He has this ridiculous clown suit, and he has this, and he pulls this prank on her, and she ends up killing him at the beginning of the movie, and accidentally. And so a psychiatrist comes over, and he's this really like creepy horn dog psychiatrist, and he's hitting on her, and he's twice her age or whatever, and he finds out that she's having this sleepover with her friends, so he kind of decides to invite himself. Well, as he's leaving his the mental institution that night to go to the sleepover, he accidentally leaves the door open, so all the mental patients get out, and they find out about the sleepover. And then essentially all hell breaks loose, and this turns into a giant costume party, basically, because all these people are wearing these ridiculous costumes in this movie. There's a guy dressed as Santa Claus. There's a guy that keeps mimicking the head, kind of like the cult leader of the metal guys, and this is a really, really good film, though. This is like, I've never actually heard of this film before. I just looked it up the other day and found it, and I'm a big Paul Russ fan. I loved Love. No pun intended there. But and so it was good to see him in this, in one of his, you know, earlier works. But yeah, this is absolutely a good trauma film, and definitely a really good one to be looking out for. I am going to I'm going to give this 1B up, but before I go, I gotta tell you a couple things. Number one, next week we are going to be reviewing our first film series around here, and that is going to be the Hell House LLC movies. Basically, they're about the Abaddon Hotel. It's they're based on like haunted attractions. That's what the premise of the first movie is. It's completely based on a haunted attraction. These people start one up, and then, but anyways, we're going to review Hell House 1 and Hell House 2 on the next reviews. But anyways, back to the Psycho Sleepover. Like I said, 1B up. If you like videos like this, guys, like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. Drone out.